dying here. Hey. Guys, today I'm going to talk about my current obsessions. I just have felt the urge recently to chat some shit about some things that I'm extremely passionate about. I cannot wait. Yeah, and what better way to channel that idea than to just stare at an empty lens for an hour and just talk one-on-one with you guys. Okay? I have a list on my trusty dusty phone. I can't wait. Let's get right into it, guys, shall we? First up, we're starting with something strong. My crystals. Recently in this pandemic, I have felt the need to just believe in something, you know? In all this chaos, I just want to believe in something. It's not going to be like religion or anything, no. It's my crystals. My crystals are my religion. I'm a collector, I'm a connoisseur. I am an appreciator of my little crystals. And I have two prepared for you. These are my two favorites because these are the two I got first. It's my amethyst. Focus. Isn't she so pretty? And then we've got arguably my most important crystal. I think I need a bigger one because it's not working, but here's my rose quartz. I'm probably gonna buy a couple more of rose quartz because I don't have a boyfriend. So it's like I'm manifesting, I'm cleansing the crystals and I still don't have a boyfriend. So, universe, what's good? Huh? It just doesn't make sense to me. You're gonna find a lot of these things on my list are just like ways to waste time because I have so many hours in the day because of lockdown. I just want to distract myself from having a single thought. So, you know, I have dabbled in the cleansing, in the manifesting, in the moon water stuff, in the full moon, like all those little things. And, you know, call me Hailey fam, but I just love the aesthetic and the look of them. But I'm also like trying to like do the proper methods and stuff. So yeah, like I have a whole collection and they just sit on my mantelpiece and I'm just like, why isn't my life perfect yet? Like though, I guess if I just keep buying and spending my money on these crystals, my life will be perfect. That seems logical, right? That seems logical. Guys, we're moving on. My next current obsession is Tanashi's new album, 333. I don't know if that's pronounced right. Tanashi. I would say Tanashi, but I'm pretty sure she says Tanashi. But that doesn't sound right either, so I'm as lost as you are, guys. When this album dropped, the visuals, the music video, the choreography, the sound, everything, it was exactly what I needed. She's like my top artist right now. I'm listening to the songs like all the time. Like, it's scary, honestly. I'm like, okay, Tom, you're gonna slow it down, otherwise you're gonna get sick of these songs by next week. But my other side of my brain is like, I just love them so much. It's just giving what it's supposed to give, like experimental, edgy, the sounds are sad when it needs to be, and like happy and like groovy when they need to be. It just got something for everyone. I highly suggest you check out this album. Like the moment that sold this era for me was the bouncing music video, and the trampolines, and the choreography. And she's doing this all independently. It's just like my inner stan Twitter just comes out when we're talking about Tanashi, okay? I'm obsessed with her. Just like, oh, it's just everything, okay? Some of the standout songs for me are X, Bouncin', Unconditional, Undo, Let Me Down, and Small Reminders. If you do anything from this video, you listen to Small Reminders and you start and you're like, ooh, this is like, I don't know the words, but it's like eerie and like smooth, and then plot twist. You get into this like groovy, like, I just imagine like a crowd go like, bah, 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 bah. Obviously I've never been to a concert because crowds don't do that. If you listen, you know what I meant. The Small Reminders beat change is my favorite part of the album. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not like that. That's scary, honestly. I think if I talk any more about Tanashi, she will get a restraining order, so I need to stop. Following the theme of music, I'm talking about Solar Power. Solar Power released, I think yesterday or the day before. Honestly, I'm not really sure because like Australian times are different, but I listened to the whole album and I was like, oh, it's like different. Like I don't know if I'm like into it. I listened to it a couple more times and now I am obsessed. Hence its place in this video. I like, oh, like sometimes, I'll admit, sometimes the acoustic guitar is just like a bit repetitive and it's not for everyone. It's pretty polarizing, as Lorde herself said in an interview, because I watched it. That's how I know. The lyrics, the idea, like I just feel like it's so relevant. I don't know what else to say, like I'm just like, when she said like, we had no idea that our dreams were too big or something, like about how, basically if you deconstruct that, about how this generation of like people my age and younger have been told to like dream these big things, but the earth might not even be around for us to achieve those. The earth might not even be around for us to achieve those things. It's like, oh, and the way she can just like slip that into the song, I'm like, genius! Give this girl all the awards. It's not her best album, but then again, when you think about it, the level that it's at, these other artists couldn't compare. Everyone's like, this isn't Lord's best album. I'm like, sweeties. Lord's worst album, these other artists, their best album doesn't even compare. So how about we take that energy, we throw it in the trash, and we move on. Okay, I'll just move to some of my standouts. The Path, love this one. California, love that one. Stone at the Nail Salon. I love the bit where it's like, stoned at the beep beep beep. I like, my body just is like, and then when it's like,
oh my god.
I'm like about to cry, like just thinking about it. When the bridge is like, like my singing is trash, but like I'm actually getting emotional, like I'm getting goosebumps. Like it just takes me somewhere else, and like I used to be someone that like couldn't listen to sad music and stuff, but like, oh my god. And yes, it's exactly the same as Wild at Heart by Lana Del Rey, because Jack Antoff, or whatever his name is recycling music. But oh my god, we gotta keep it moving. Okay. Secrets from a Girl Who's Seen It All. Love. Dominoes. I saw someone on Twitter say this is a skip, but I'm like, if you just think about that, the way it goes, like the Mood Ring. That was my favorite single, I think. And Oceanic Feeling, I don't know how to pronounce that. We're staying on the music topic, guys. I'm really excited for this one. Planet Her. I do admit this isn't my recent obsession, like I've been obsessed for a while, ever since it came out. I am a Doja stan. Like, I love her creativity, I love the vision. Don't love the album cover, I'm sorry.
I was shocked, honey. I was in tears almost.
It's giving Little Mix confetti. I don't like that Photoshop, PixArt look, okay, but besides the point. I love the Planet Her vibe, I love the aesthetic. Kiss Me More literally has crack in it. Like, I can still listen to that. First of all, I remember where I was on this earth, what I was doing when Kiss Me More dropped. I remember my first reaction, I was like that rocked my world, and it still has the replayability that it did when it first dropped. Song of the year, it deserves all the awards. And Doja Cat and SZA on the same song, like, my little gay brain is just like, I could not take it. Collapse of the century. And then Need to Know is like such a great song as well. The singles and I love everything about this era. Some of the standout songs, off the top of my head, Woman, amazing song. Options, that's my favorite song from the whole album, Options. Love to Dream, that's such a such a beautiful song. All the other ones I listed, Hot Pink Will Always Remain That Girl, but Planet Her was really good as well. Next up, guys, we're moving on. I just talked about Doja Cat for like 5 minutes. This is really funny to like go off my chaotic energy from the last 3 topics, but one of my recent obsessions has been therapy. Thank you, I know. Stop it. Yes, guys, I've recently been going to therapy, and it is helping. Obviously, I'm not gonna go too deep into this because it's like obviously very personal, but everyone needs to go to therapy, guys. I'm kind of scared that I'm gonna tell my therapist that I film videos, and then she's gonna look at this video, and then she's gonna look at this part, and she's like, who is this boy that I am talking to? Like, I need to drop this client straight away because I can't handle this level of mental illness. I just been really liking this method of just like saying everything needs to be said. Anyway, I just thought it was really funny that like I'm talking about like who I stan, and then I talk about therapy, because I feel like those two often pair up quite well. Next, obsession. Guys, this is probably the most obsessed I've been about an obsession on this list. My next obsession is a show that I would honestly like hold the whole world at gunpoint and force them to watch the show if I could. It is called The Wilds. It is on Amazon Prime, and when I tell you, this changed my world. I had heard about this show for a while, and I was like, oh, I really need to get into it. I just never got around to it. But the other day, I started watching at like 10 o'clock at night. Tell me why. Fast forward 20 hours. I finished 10 one-hour long episodes. And I also slept, like, in that time. So you do the math. I'm obsessed with the show is basically what that equals. These 9 girls, or I don't know how many, they go on a little trip to Hawaii. They're going on a retreat, they're gonna like sort their feelings out, do little activities. Then the plane crashes and they're like, what the fuck? We're stranded on this island. And this isn't a spoiler because it's like in the synopsis. You find out what if them landing on the island wasn't a mistake? I love the show so much. The way it is structured, every episode focuses on one girl. You find out their past and then how they're dealing with it on the island. It's literally just perfection. Perfection. Confection. Perfection. And you just go on this emotional roller coaster. Like, the whole time I was thinking, like, what would I do if I was in this situation? Like, on the island, like, and they're serious. Like, they have to, like, find shelter and food and, like, they're starving. Shut up! Like, watch it right after this video. I just can't stop thinking about it. It's been like 3 days since I finished it. I'm still thinking about it. And there's a season 2 coming out. Top 5 shows ever already. Like, I don't even have the rest of the list of my top 5, but I just know that The Wilds is top 5. My next obsession is my astrology book. I got this for my birthday. Here it is. I am obsessed with this book because I get to pretend that I know what I'm talking about with astrology. So when people go to me and talk, because like I'm always talking about how I'm a Leo. Like, of course I'm a Leo, I'm going to talk about it. And then they want to know like their zodiac sign. I'm like, hang on a sec, I'm a Leo. Like, I only know things about my star sign. Like, I don't look up your star sign. Like, I don't care. But now with this book, I can just look it up and read you. And I won't add any of the nice things. I'll just say all the mean stuff so you feel bad about yourself. And I can feel better about myself. And that's just really a great method, I think. I think I've nailed this practice. Well, I don't really love the book, but I love what the book has created. So those are my obsessions. Hopefully you may see this video and you're like, hang on. Now that's my obsession. Use my video as a way to steal a personality, because that's what I do. Hopefully you check out some of these stuff, because if you don't listen to the music that I've suggested, and the podcasts, and the shows, then what's the point of you even watching this video? You must consume at least one thing. That's your homework today from this video. Consume one form of content that I've suggested. You'll probably thank me, because everyone always thanks me. Like, it's just normal at this point. And then they ask for my autograph. I'm like, please, this is my day off. Like, can you just let me live? See you guys.